See what's happening this instant. ABC11 Eyewitness News at 6 starts right now.
Well, an absolutely beautiful day here in Raleigh with temperatures reaching the 80s and clear skies up above. However, you might need that umbrella tomorrow. We are tracking the chance for showers here in the Triangle. I want to say good Saturday evening, everyone. Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Dejuan Hoggard. We have your first alert to both showers and storms heading our way for Sunday. Let's get over to meteorologist Robert Johnson with the latest on the rest of our weekend forecast. Robert, what do you see?
Hey there, Dejuan. Tomorrow will not be a washout, but there will be a couple of showers and storms coming our way. There is a level 1 out of 5 risk of severe weather well west of the Triangle. Most of us are not included in this. It's for most of Alamance County and a small sliver of Chatham County, with the main threat tomorrow being damaging winds as a line of storms slide to the southeast. So here's first alert predictor, the wide view. 6 o'clock in the morning, dry, plenty of sunshine for us with some showers and storms moving through the Midwest and the Ohio River Valley. Those storms will slide to the southeast by 12 noon lunchtime, still dry with some showers and storms in parts of West Virginia and Kentucky. We'll advance the clock to 4 o'clock, and most of us still dry by this point. Just a couple of showers off to the northwest. Those showers and storms slide to the southeast. Most of them will weaken as they do so. By 6, 7 o'clock, a couple of storms in and around central North Carolina, and then by 9, 10 o'clock at night, another round may try to slide through. 1 or 2 of those could be strong, but I think some of this and the latest version of First Alert Predictor is overdone. Most of the activity will be out of here by 11 o'clock when you're watching us on Eyewitness News tomorrow night. And then we'll have some clouds lingering overnight tomorrow night into Monday morning. All of this before even more storms come around for Monday afternoon and evening. Overall for tonight, a beautiful evening, a clear sky. By 9 o'clock, 67 degrees. By midnight, 61, with temperatures dropping into the 50s. Coming up, we'll talk more about the showers and storms for tomorrow and what we can expect for the second round that's on the way later this week in your First Alert 7-day forecast, Dejuan.
All right, Robert, see you again in a few minutes. Thanks a lot. We do have a traffic alert for drivers in Durham. The Sheriff's Department there says Redwood Road and Ardsley Drive is closed as they investigate a car accident. Our crews on the scene are working to learn more about the accident. Authorities say drivers should avoid that area. And tonight we have brand new details on that hours-long standoff in Granville County last night after a police officer was shot. The incident beginning when police were called to a home on Prospect Avenue, and when police got there, the suspect began firing at officers. He then barricaded himself in his house for hours before shooting and killing himself. Cindy Bay joining us live now from Granville County. Now, Cindy, good evening to you. Have you had a chance to be there on the ground for a while? Anything else that you can tell us about perhaps the suspect or the officer involved?
Well, Dejuan, we now know the names of the people involved from city officials. Police have not released their names, but gave us an update on their conditions. City officials say Corporal Daniel Allen was shot. He and his K-9 that was also shot are being treated and are expected to be okay. City officials also confirmed that the shooter is Jason Newton, who died by a self-inflicted gunshot wound, according to police. We talked to neighbors who knew him. They're shocked that this happened, and they say they would have never expected this violent behavior from him.
Never crossed my mind. Never. Not Jason.
I'm going to miss him. You know what I'm saying? You know, he was who he was. And no one is perfect, and he was a good guy regardless.
Now, neighbors believe Newton lived with a mental health issue, but they say he wasn't a threat to the neighborhood. However, we're still waiting for more details from Oxford Police. Reporting in Oxford, Cindy Bay, ABC11 Eyewitness News.
All right, Cindy, again live for us tonight. Thank you. Also this evening, we are working to learn more about the death of an NC Central University basketball player. The university is sharing this message today on social media, mourning the loss of 22-year-old Devin Butts. Devin was on track to graduate with a bachelor's degree in behavioral and social sciences this summer. Basketball head coach Lavelle Moulton saying in part, "We are deeply saddened by the unexpected passing of Devin. This is a devastating tragedy for our team, fans, and the entire NCCU community." Eyewitness News is currently working to learn the cause of his death. Well, new tonight, Camp Lejeune is sending troops to the U.S. southern border as the military prepares to deploy 1,500 troops. Border officials are bracing for what they say is a surge of migrants as the pandemic-era policy comes to an end, which allowed authorities to turn away some migrants.
For 90 days, these 1,500 military personnel who will be sourced from the active duty component will fill critical capability gaps, such as ground-based detection and monitoring, data entry, and warehouse support until CPB can address these needs through contracted support.
The Biden administration has reached a critical agreement with officials in Mexico as they prepare for an end to Title 42 restrictions next week. Mexican officials say they will continue to accept migrants from at least 4 countries who are sent back across the border by the U.S. Well, for the first time, we are seeing former President Donald Trump's deposition tapes in the E. Jean Carroll defamation and battery case. The former president saying he did not assault or defame E. Jean Carroll. Carroll testified that Trump attacked her in a dressing room at Bergdorf Goodman nearly 30 years ago. He insists he never raped her, saying she is not my type. Here's a look at part of the videotaped deposition taken in October of last year from former President Trump.
She's accusing me of raping her. The worst thing you can do, she's not my type, and that's 100% true. She's not my type.
The deposition tape is all jurors will hear from Trump. His lawyers saying he will not be testifying in court. Closing statements in the civil trial are set to begin this Monday. And a disturbing video captured on a New York City subway shows retired Marine Daniel Penny using a deadly chokehold on Jordan Neely, who was homeless. Neely later died at the hospital. His death later ruled a homicide. Protesters are now calling for Penny's arrest. Here's ABC's Mona Kosar-Abdi tonight with the details.
24-year-old Marine veteran Daniel Penny can be seen in this disturbing video restraining 30-year-old Jordan Neely, who was homeless in a chokehold for nearly 3 minutes. Sources tell ABC News Neely was yelling and acting erratically on the subway, but had not become physically violent. Other passengers are also seen holding him down. Neely was later pronounced dead at the hospital. The medical examiner ruled his death a homicide.
The individual who did this has to testify at some point to say I was in fear of my life or I just wanted to end this situation as best I could. Those things matter. Those statements from the witnesses are really going to play a big role in this.
Attorneys for Mr. Penny releasing a statement Friday night offering his condolences for Mr. Neely and writing, quote, when Mr. Neely began aggressively threatening Daniel Penny and other passengers, Daniel, with the help of others, acted to protect themselves until help arrived. He added Daniel never intended to harm Mr. Neely and could not have foreseen his untimely death.
Justice for Jordan!
Protesters are now calling for Penny's arrest. Neely had a troubled past, including more than 40 arrests and a history of mental illness, seen here on the subway just days before he died. The incident renewing the debate over mental illness and public safety.
This man had a mental issue, and the way you handle that is not to put him in a chokehold and squeeze the life out of him.
A source tells ABC News the case will likely go to a grand jury next week in order to determine whether criminal charges are warranted. Mona Kosar-Abdi, ABC News, New York.
All right, it's that time of the year again, graduation season. Up next, a look at several commencement ceremonies held around the Triangle today, including NC Central ceremony featuring civil rights attorney Ben Crump. And it was history in the making. King Charles and Queen Camilla formally crowned in a special ceremony.
ABC11 is keeping you connected. Find us on Facebook, like our page, and follow us for the latest Eyewitness News updates.
Bianca.
All right, all those cheers mean graduation season is in full swing, and we want to say congratulations to all of the 2023 graduates. St. Augustine's University holding its commencement at the Raleigh Convention Center, and 9 graduates making history today, becoming the first to receive a master's degree in public administration there at the university. And thousands of Oak Path grads crossing the stage at PNC Arena this morning for NC State's ceremony. And then more than 1,600 students finishing up with degrees in hand over at Wake Tech. The ceremony happening at Conlin Hall at the Northern Campus. And then you have NC Central University kicking off commencements at McDougald-McLennan Arena, where civil rights attorney Ben Crump delivering today's commencement address. Here's Anthony Wilson with more on the message for the graduates there.
The message to NCCU's class of 23 from civil rights attorney Ben Crump: lift as you climb and never forget where you came from.
Education is of no value if we keep it amongst the educated. You got to take this education back to your hood, back to your homeboys, back to your homegirls, back to your cousins. You got to take it and you got to share it with them.
Many who worked hard for this day overcame obstacles along the way.
My mother passed at my 16th birthday, which created a very tumultuous time in my life as a high school student, and went from there, feeling very inadequate, feeling very dismayed.
But Jesse White took community college classes in Nashville, then accepted a job assisting with the early college program at Central. While helping those students, he enrolled and earned his mass communications degree. He's one of the proud Eagles who's grateful for the support of faculty and staff.
They took care of me, exposed me to opportunities that would improve my future, and I'm just overjoyed. They owe me nothing.
Natanya Dennis majored in chemistry and psychology. She is the first NCCU grad to attend Yale's interdisciplinary neuroscience program this fall. She credits her success to her advisors.
Writing my letters and giving me the proper opportunities to actually make myself available and interesting enough to apply to Yale.
And now, as the class of 23 prepares for the next chapter in their lives, Dennis speaks for many as they leave the campus for now.
I love you guys. You guys did so much for me. You've made me who I am today, and I will definitely return for homecoming and other events in the future.
NCCU's counting on that support. Anthony Wilson, ABC11, Eyewitness News.
Well, congrats again to all the grads there. All right, coming up, a historic look at the coronation of King Charles III and Queen Consort Camilla. That's coming up next. Plus, giving back to those in need, a local nonprofit hosting a community service day in the Bull City.
There's only one to turn to every morning. ABC11 Eyewitness News, keeping you prepared.
I'm Barbara Gibbs.
And I'm John Clark. Thank you for joining us.
Your #1 morning news and weather team. Live breaking news in your neighborhood.
In Bayville.
In Raleigh.
Live in Durham.
Then,
Good Morning America.
America's #1 most watched morning show.
Now we're going to get to that breaking news overnight.
There's only one to turn to every morning.
A lot of people will be watching. I will be one of them.
ABC11 Eyewitness News and Good Morning America, 4:30 to 9 a.m.
All right, welcome back. It was a historic moment for the British monarchy today with the coronation of King Charles III and Queen Consort Camilla. The royal couple first seen as they left Buckingham Palace in a procession, riding the Diamond Jubilee stagecoach, and inside Westminster Abbey there, more than 2,000 guests, including First Lady Joe Biden, foreign dignitaries, as well as members of the royal family. Well, after the ceremony, the newly crowned monarchs coming out on that famous balcony, waving to the crowd there as thousands of people lined the streets of London.
Once in a life, it's magical. It's such an incredible event. I mean, it's plenty of joy.
Tomorrow, a star-studded coronation concert will be held in Windsor, featuring folks like Katy Perry and Lionel Richie. Well, it was a day of service in Durham today. The Rock the Block celebration kicked off on North Queen Street as the families moving forward temporary home to families experiencing homelessness. Community members participated in several service projects, including painting hallways, mulching, and a bit of landscaping.
I think just like a sense of community, everyone coming together to work toward our mission, which is all families should be in a safe and stable home.
The event also featured plenty of food, live music, and activities for the family and all the kids there. So a lot of fun out there in Durham. And Robert, I must say, a lot of fun that my family and I had out in Apex today over at the Peak Fest. The weather was absolutely gorgeous.
Oh, yeah. And tomorrow, most of tomorrow is going to be bright and beautiful, very warm. However, we will have a couple of storms rolling through later in the day, coming in from the northwest, sliding to the southeast and weakening as they do so. And feeling like summer, the 80s making a comeback today and for the next couple of days. But we'll also have to watch for for those summer and springtime showers and storms that are going to be popping up in the afternoon and evening hours. We'll experience that Monday and Tuesday afternoon and evening. Right now, we'll enjoy the dry conditions while we've got them. Partly cloudy skies. We overlook North Hills, 80 degrees with a light wind coming out of the southwest at 7 miles per hour. Across the region, it's 73 in Roxborough, the same in Lewisburg, a pair of 7s in Goldsboro, 79 in Irwin, and 79 degrees in Fayetteville as well. We look back off to the northwest, and it's warm not just for us, but for others too. 70 in Asheville right now, 82 degrees in Nashville, and 79 degrees in Birmingham, Alabama. So it's warmer for us right now than it is in Alabama and in Atlanta. Satellite and radar shows not many clouds around for us, just a few drifting in from the northwest. There are a couple of storms moving through parts of Indiana, but another round tonight, early tomorrow morning, and that's the round of storms that will be coming our way by later tomorrow evening and into tomorrow night. Overnight tonight for us, get outside and enjoy this evening. A few clouds, nice and pleasant, down to 52 in Roxborough, a pair of 5s in Raleigh, 58 degrees in Fayetteville. Tomorrow morning, bright and beautiful, have the shades and the sunscreen, and we will warm up very quickly. By 8 a.m., it's 62 degrees. By 10 a.m., 72, up to 77 by 12 noon. And tomorrow afternoon, we get to a partly cloudy sky. High temperatures climbing into the 70s and 80s. 79 Roxborough, 82 in the Triangle, 84 in Fayetteville, and then storms arrive in the evening. Here's first alert predictor. 6 o'clock in the evening, storms basically northwest of Raleigh, cutting across I-85. Those dive to the southeast. By 8 o'clock, they're from Raleigh through Sanford, pressing into Fayetteville by this point. And then by 11 o'clock, when you're watching us tomorrow night on Eyewitness News, most of the storms and the rain out of here. Some of those storms tomorrow could provide some gusty winds, but overall, we're not expecting a widespread severe weather day. And then as we transition into Monday, we're watching this trough, this black line that you see there, that's what's known as a trough, and that provides lift in the atmosphere. It's a large area of low pressure, and that will bring us some showers and storms Monday afternoon into Monday evening. Then an area of low pressure moves along this front, even more storms around for Tuesday afternoon and evening, so keep that umbrella handy for the next couple of days. Your first alert 7-day forecast. Tomorrow, a nice start, the high 82 degrees with storms in the afternoon and evening. Then Monday and Tuesday, they're both copycat days overall. Monday 84, Tuesday 86 with a few evening showers and storms. We'll take you to Wednesday, a little bit cooler, partly cloudy, 78. Then by Thursday, partly cloudy, 79. Friday warming up to 81 degrees. And then by Saturday, a few more storms around. Of course, it's on the weekend, and the high 80 degrees. So don't put that umbrella away. Nice today, but you will need that umbrella tomorrow night and then for Monday and Tuesday too.
Yeah, I'm happy to see those 80s in there, but one of these weekends we will get something without any rain whatsoever.
At least today was dry. We'll take it while we got it.
I'll take it. All right, Robert, thanks so much.
Yeah.
All right, let's go ahead and bring in Trayvon Miles now. Look, I am still on a high now that the Canes are up 2-0.
Yeah, Dejuan, we're still feeling good after that Game 2 win last night. We're recapping what we saw as the team now takes their talents to New Jersey when we come back with sports.
It's loud. We know it.
Now, ABC11 Eyewitness News Sports.
The Carolina Hurricanes are the only team still alive that have yet to trail at all in a playoff series in 2023. It shows the consistency in which the Canes have been performing this year. Last night, things got turned up even more in PNC Arena. After 10 minutes of withstanding a great opening effort by New Jersey, Carolina exerted their will, pouring in 4 goals in that second 20 minutes of action. Seems more impressive considering who the Canes are missing. Rod Brindamore says it'll be that type of effort that they'll need every single night.
I mean, it's no secret we're missing some firepower, so where are you going to find it? And right now, I mean, we're getting it, like I said, up and down the lineup. I don't know if we're balanced. I don't really know. You would hope that everybody playing at this time of year is pretty much balanced, so you wouldn't be playing. But you know, again, it's just that everybody's doing their job right now, and that's why we're having success.
This is the Canes right now.
And we are literally minutes away from the 149th running of the Kentucky Derby at Churchill Downs. Forte, the horse who was the favorite coming into the day, was scratched from the lineup due to a sore foot. There are some other horses with great odds, but like any other year, you know, anything can happen at Churchill Downs with a total of 18 horses set to race. There's a $3 million purse involved, with the winner walking away with a hefty $1.86 million. Guys, how'd you like to make $2 million in less than 2 minutes?
Oh, for riding a horse, that's not a bad way to earn a check. I'll say that much.
Absolutely.
All right, looking forward to game 3 for these Canes.
Yes, we are.
All right, thanks so much, Trey. All right, that's going to do it for this half hour. Again, thanks so much for watching. We'll see you back here again tonight after the NBA playoffs right here on ABC11. Have a great night.
Closed captioning sponsored by LeafCars.com. It's easier here. The First Alert Weather Team helps you prepare for severe weather. See why lightning is so deadly in North Carolina, how flash flooding kills, and the overlooked danger in your backyard. Watch your First Alert to Severe Weather, now streaming on the ABC11 app.